everyone, welcome back to my messy desk. I just finished painting this scene from Canary Wharf, which should be on my channel to view. However, while things are still fresh in my mind, I decided to put a note to some of those mixes. So I'm using an element from my Color Theory stamping set, so this one right here, and what I'm gonna do is basically put a note together of the mixes that I discovered through painting in that session. And so here I have got a number of things. I've got actually an acrylic ink that blended in together beautifully with watercolor. Then I have two Tombos which blended beautifully, and I've done this now twice. I really like it for water, so I'm gonna put a note together for that. And then finally, I want to experiment with a couple more things that caught my attention. So we have got here, trying to think, was it Moonglow or Shadow Violet? No, Shadow Violet I have here, which I want to mix together with a couple of things. So first of all, let's just create a memo for these two. So I've got here the 228. I'm just going to put them on each side and then kind of do it like that. So I've got a little bit of that and then mostly of it and less of that, and then just use a brush. So this is our wet swatches, and then this is the colors that we can create like so. So I really like that combo. Then next I have Cascade Green, which is super beautiful, and I will use that on one side, and then I'll mix it through with this pink, which was really surprising effect that I got from it. So here is what it is with that. So this is looking quite pretty, and I have to say it's not strong enough when you are mixing it with water. So I'm just gonna go ahead and play inside the swatching area here. That will give me the most prettiest swatches. Okay, so here is something interesting happening right there. And then another thing I want to try is that Shadow Violet right here. And what happens if I just mix whatever I had here with the pink and everything. Actually, we just add a drop into there and just see what happens. I mean, in the tray it just looks so gorgeous. And now I just want to combine the Cascade Green with the Shadow Violet and see what happens. to just graze it a little bit more. I love when the turquoise comes out more of the cascade green. So we've got some beautiful stuff happening right here. Let me just wait for it to dry and then I will show you all the gorgeousness. So now let's have a closer look at these beautiful mixes and textures that we have achieved. And I have never tried mixing, or at least I don't remember mixing the colors. Maybe I would sort of drop in acrylic ink into a wet watercolor, but I definitely haven't sort of mixed it in a tray, and it's something I would definitely want to try again. Again, the colors are beautiful for skies and that sort of a thing. And then here we managed to capture that texture here, which is quite beautiful. But also I thought I'll show you something else. So I've got this color wheel from the color palette set. And basically what it does is you have loads of colors in here, 16 colors. And again, you can do a memo of the colors, or at least the color palette, if you don't want to write down every single color, but just want to keep like a visual reference. You can just stamp like a half wheel. So for instance, if you don't have enough space to stamp the entire color wheel, you can do halves. Stamp them as many as you want. I haven't counted how many colors I have used, and so we will find out together, but I just want to show you. If you want to keep things clean, just wipe off the ink. And I'm going to do 3 of them because I had some greens and blues and pinks and neutrals, so I will color coordinate them accordingly. So here we go. I'm going to start with my bright pinks. So what did I use? I used that Tombow. So that's going to go into here. I'm going to use water. So I've got the pink, then I have this other pink, which is the acrylic ink. I'm going to do that next. And in this case, I think I'm just going to keep it without using water, because I find, if anything, I'll just lift some off. I find that it just takes the color away, but I just put too much in here, so I'm gonna lift that. Another color I used was some sort of a red. Did I pop it here on the desk or not? I think I just used it and then I put it back in. So that's a pencil. And then what else do we have? We have that orange here. And that's, I think, this orange that I used. Another orange I used is this orange right here in that building. I'll move on to the blues now and see what else we have left to fill in later. So with the blues, I do have loads. Did I use this color? I might have. So anyway, I'll pop it up here. So these are gorgeous blues. And then I also, while I remember, is it the Indanthrone blue? I think it's the Indanthrone blue I used. And at some point, I think I used a bit of the Prussian blue, didn't I? And then we used a bunch of these turquoises. So I definitely used that one. And I think I use some of this green actually. And I used this one. So in that case, I'm just going to bring a bit of watercolor through. Oh, sorry, not watercolor, a bit of water. And which one was it? Is it this one or this one? One of them was water soluble, that one there. I think this one as well. So these are our color wheels so far. And then we have loads of these greens. So I'm going to take them out. In fact, I also use this grey here for sketching. And use some of this gold. And I used these colors. So I'll see where I can fit them in now. Don't think I used that color, did I? Of course I used these two colors. So let's pop these in here. And then that grey would go nicely here next to them. Like so. And then we have the neutrals left. So these colors I went through. There's some neutrals here. Okay, so let's carry on with the blues and then I'll see where I put what. So we have got 1, 2, 3 of these greens. So I can use them in here somewhere maybe, and I can use another 4 colors. So we've got 4 and 3. So this color will go here. And then these 2 are water soluble. At this point, when things start to get a little bit confusing, I don't think it's even that necessarily important if you scribble a color that you haven't used, because if you think it looks good, then that's what matters, and you can use that then next time in one of your next illustrations. I think that art should have some sort of structure, but also an element of freedom, because if we become too focused on something, we sometimes miss the essence of it. So having this is already actually super useful, even if I added a color that I didn't use here. Through that, you might get some ideas for a new project, for a new painting, and you might think, oh, actually, if I added a little bit of this color here or somewhere, it would be great. And in fact, let me show you that I could do that. I could still go in and sprinkle this color some places. Why not? It just brings an extra element of color and fun. And because it's a water-soluble pencil, there you go, just adding a lovely bit of color. Look at this. This is where magic happens. This is when it wasn't intended to begin with. But how gorgeous is it when we combine the two? This is actually bringing a lot of interest right into the middle here. So there you go. Have fun with your art supplies. Go through them, enjoy them, use them. That's what they are there for. I hope you enjoyed this playful and easygoing session, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.